Hey everybody, we are here. It is the night. Welcome to Live from the Orange Carpet. It is presented by, this evening, this broadcast is presented by CareLink Medical Equipment and Supply. This is a special preview of the Thrive Gala, and this is raising money for the Mary Free Bed Foundation. We are in downtown Grand Rapids. You can see we've got thousands of people that are coming to this event right by the Grand River. It's just in this great venue, the DeVos Place. And all these people here are here to raise money and celebrate for Mary Free Bed and raise funds for the Mary Free Bed Foundation. My name's Chris Mills. I'm your host. I'm from the Mary Free Bed marketing team, and my co-host for tonight is someone from the program that we're highlighting, Stroke. This is Allie, and she's a nurse from our Stroke team.
Hi, I'm Allie. I'm a registered nurse from our Stroke program, and I'm so excited to co-host the show tonight.
Yeah, it's fun to have you here to bring a co-host on who is part of the program so she can jump in and kind of speak to like what we're raising funds for. So over this next half hour, we're going to hear from several patient graduates, people who have graduated from our Stroke program, who've used services at Mary Free Bed. We're going to hear from some leadership from Mary Free Bed, and also from the Mary Free Bed Guild, and also from our sponsor from tonight's broadcast of CareLink Medical Equipment and Supply.
So let's get started, and what better way to start than speaking to tonight's sponsor from the foundation.
Yeah, so this is the 11th year that we've had the Thrive Gala, and our first guest is Timothy J. Petriga. He is the Vice President of Advancement to talk a little bit about what Thrive is. And so why celebrate in such a fun, big event like this to host Thrive and to raise funds for Mary Free Bed?
Well, Thrive is the biggest philanthropic event that the foundation hosts every year. This event started 11 years ago. We had 600 people, and tonight we have more than 1,200. It's a great evening to see friends, family, donors, and just folks in the community.
That's awesome.
Why did you guys choose to pick the Stroke program?
We picked Stroke because Stroke does not discriminate. It doesn't discriminate against race, gender, sex. It affects all of us. In fact, tonight, under the name tags, if you know someone who has had a stroke, or if you had a stroke, whatever, we're giving out little red ribbons. Okay. And we ordered 1,000. We're kind of thinking we might not have enough, but it's just great support. And the fact that it shows how it touches everyone's life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a sad thing that people have to go through, but it's great for us to rally around and just show how the community can help support people during this.
Exactly.
So the guests that are coming here to celebrate at the Thrive Gala, what can they expect from the event tonight?
Well, the first thing are a couple of receptions that we have going on. Folks get to see each other mingle, some specialty appetizers, especially with drinks. Then we'll have dinner in the program. And of course, to hear from Kent Brittle about the latest and greatest Dead Mary Free Bed. Yeah. And then we have dancing afterwards with the Brewwater Kings, which is a huge success, and folks stay and dance the night away.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. But before we let you go, so tonight's theme is black and white. So that's what you see people dressed up as with their black tie. But to play on that theme of black and white, we're going to ask all of our guests some this or that question. So either or. So your question is going to be, Tim, sweet or salty snacks?
Salty.
Salty, okay. Coffee or tea? Neither, okay.
I don't do caffeine.
Neither, okay.
Yeah.
And then last, cats or dogs?
Neither. I'm allergic to both.
Oh!
Well, we learned a little bit about Tim. Tim, thank you so much for joining us in this interview.
You guys, you look beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Tim.
All right, well, now let's watch a short video that highlights the relationship between a patient and their caregivers, our staff at Mary Free Bed.
The patients here are here for a longer amount of time. You really get a chance to know your patient, know their family, know kind of their routine. So as a nurse, we do wear a lot of different hats. You know, it's not just passing meds and making sure the patient's doing well medically. You end up helping out and being a part of a lot of the other little things in their life throughout the day.
Sam, cry. Sam.
Yeah, he was always there to kind of
Yes.
make sure that we're understood.
Yes.
Again, with those communication difficulties, he was always there to make sure that if there was an issue that they were taking care of it correctly. Always did it in a lighthearted, kind, joyful manner.
It's so amazing to see that video, see the connections that are being formed between the patients and our staff.
speaking of connections, Allie, our next guest, you've got a great connection with her.
Yes, I'm so excited to introduce our next guest. This is Mary O'Connor Shaw. She was a patient in our stroke program and graduated from our stroke rehabilitation program.
Just 2 years ago.
Oh, man.
2 years
So, I mean,
ago.
you're 2 years out of this, and this video we just watched talks about that relationship between the staff. How important is that relationship between you and your nurses and your therapists that overall it impacted your recovery?
Oh my gosh, it's critical. It really is, because you're coming in at the most vulnerable point you've ever been in your life. You don't know, am I going to be like this for the rest of my life? In my case, paralyzed. Coming from a healthy life, and then you're scared.
Yeah.
And they have worked their whole life to know just what to do to help you get as far as you possibly can. And in my mind, they hold that vision, because you don't know. I'm a data point of one. I've never had a stroke before. And they surrounded me and lifted me up and had faith that I would be able to recover, and knew all the things to do to help me get along that journey. So I will be forever indebted to what you guys did for me, for sure.
Yeah, it was amazing just to see your recovery and see you from day one until the day that, I think I saw you the day before you left, and it was just really cool and special. But one of the things while you were here at Mary Free Bed with us is that you talked about your garden and your farm a lot. How did having that goal kind of like give you the motivation to want to recover and get better and stronger?
Well, it was really important to have that goal, because it gave you something to work toward that was positive. Again, like I said, when you're coming into the situation, you're scared. You're quite a bit in shock, because it happens so suddenly, strokes do. And you're very, very vulnerable. And so to have something out there that you're working toward, a goal, I was going to get back on that tractor no matter what. And I did. We were out mowing fields and plowing just this past fall. So, that giving that something to work toward was really, really important, and I was glad to have had that. You have to have something.
You sent me a clip, too, of you. We can see it on the screen here. This is like you early in recovery. You're being held up walking, and now you came in here 2 years later, still working on your farm and, just
For sure.
being mobile and everything. So,
I'm glad you're showing that, Chris, because it's a lifelong journey. So, Lucille, we named my arm Lucille because she picked a fine time to leave me. And so, I still have to do therapy every day. It's a lifelong journey. And even after 2 years, I'm still seeing improvement. It's just slower than it was at first. So you see how far I've come, still have a long way to go. But again, Mary Free Bed team working with me every month. I come in for therapy to make sure I'm still on the right track. And they still have that attitude of winning. And they just give me that encouragement to keep going. So very, very grateful for that.
and speaking of coming back, you come and you work with other patients who are stroke patients. So you're a peer mentor. Why do you do that?
I do that because I am so very thankful for what Mary Free Bed did for me. And I remember what it felt like to be in that position, so vulnerable, so afraid, wondering, am I going to be like this for the rest of my life? And I come there as a vision from the future to say, if you do the work, this is what's possible. You and your own Lucille, it's worth it to do the work. It's not easy. It's hard. But if you stick with it, it really pays off.
So we're doing some fun this or that questions. So early morning or night owl?
I am a night owl. Well, actually, I can't even say night owl. I don't get up early, and I can't stay up very late. So I'm just an owl, I would say.
Books or movies?
For me, books or movies. I would say I'm a movie girl. Now especially, it's a little challenging to read because Lucille can't quite hold that book on. But it's audio books and then probably movies for sure.
So this last one, I feel like I have a really good guess of what it is, but city life or countryside?
I'm going to say, again, am I a Libra or what? Like right in between. Love to get dressed up and have a big time in the city, so this is what we are, but then love that down on the farm as well.
See,
that is a little of both.
I was going to guess countryside.
Awesome. Well, Mary, thank you so much for joining us. You are watching, everybody at home. This is live from the Orange Carpet, a special preview show of the Thrive Gala that's sponsored by CareLink Medical Equipment. We are taking an inside look at Thrive Gala and how it benefits Mary Free Bed. You can look on the screen now. We've got a live shot in there to the ballroom where all of our programming and stuff is going to be happening. We're going to be having a lot of fun tonight when we do this. So we're going to be bringing in our next guest here really quick. And Allie, you can tell us a little bit more about this next guest, right?
So tonight we're highlighting our stroke program, and our next guest is actually one of my coworkers. This is Ken Smith. He's one of our occupational therapists that's a part of our stroke rehabilitation team.
So Ken, what drew you to work with stroke patients here at the hospital?
Well, interestingly, many years ago, I volunteered at Mary Free, but probably almost 40 years ago. Lo and behold, I became a rehab tech for about a year while I was still in school in my undergraduate studies. And I just found, in particular, the populations that had neurological deficits or injuries to their brain were very challenging, but also it was very rewarding as far as recovery and being able to help patients in that manner.
Why is it important to work with so many different disciplines like the nursing staff and the other rehab staff?
Well, the team environment's critical for really the recovery of these patients. I mean, they have a multitude of challenges, deficits, we're going to call them in clinical setting. But really, when you think about it, they have cognitive issues, which speech is very involved in helping. Physical therapy addresses the mobility issues. Occupational therapy, we're looking at those self-care needs and everyday tasks. So, and it's really important that we all bring our own specialty to that, but we also work together as a team, as you know, Allie, how we do that on the floor every day and how important it is to really make it patient-centered, too, as well.
And another part of that team is the family. How important is a patient's family in their overall recovery?
Absolutely critical. I mean, and they're really just as much a part of the stroke recovery and the process that they're going through with their patients as well. So we really need to identify and understand where they fit and where their support system is, not just for the patient, but the families as well, because it's a long road to recovery for a lot of these patients, and they need the support, not just for the patient, but for the families as well. And they need to provide the proper education and needs that they have.
Awesome. Well, we're so thankful that you came and chatted with us, but before you go, we have a couple this or that questions. Okay. So, summer or winter?
Summer.
Okay, that's a good one. This one is a very important question. Pineapples on pizza, yes or no?
Oh, yes.
Yes,
There
that's
we
the
go.
answer.
There we go. And then last but not least, chocolate or vanilla?
Oh, chocolate.
Okay.
Awesome.
You said yes to pineapples on pizza, so I can take that one.
So Ken, thank you so much for chatting with us. Have fun tonight at the gala.
Thank you for having me. I'm pleased to be here. Thanks, guys.
So you are watching the Live from the Orange Carpet, a special preview show of the Thrive Gala. This event benefits the Mary Free Bed Foundation and specifically our stroke rehabilitation program. We're showing some patients here who have been recent patients of ours working in their stroke program. And as we talked about multidisciplinary, there's a lot of different people that they're working with. Recreational therapists, physical therapists, nurses, doctors, all kinds of great technology. Really important for us to be highlighting this stuff.
If you'd like to learn more about the foundation or how you can support their work, visit maryfreebed.com/thrive.
And our next guest here is one of our leaders at Mary Free Bed. Here at the Mary Free Bed System, we're talking with Bruce Brasser. He is our Chief Operating Officer. So Bruce, it's been a very busy year. What have been some of the highlights? Oh, he's got a microphone right there. So that's all right. What have been some of the highlights over this past year? It's been really busy for us here as a system.
There's been many. Thanks, Chris. One of the highlights for me is really the number of patients served. Last year, Mary Free Bed, across all of our locations, over 100,000 lives impacted with some type of rehabilitation care, including record number of patients in our Mary Free Bed at Home program, our Mary Free Bed Orthotics and Prosthetics, outpatient therapy, and of course our inpatient rehab hospitals, which are thriving and really growing out, serving a lot of patients.
A lot of hardworking team there.
Yeah. So you worked for many years as a nurse. How do you take that experience into being a leader?
Yeah, that's a great question. It really all brings together our focus on our patients. And I think a gift that I have being a nurse is that I understand what our team goes through every day and can really advocate for them. Our employees are our most valuable and important part of Mary Free Bed, and we have such a talented group that I am so proud to support them in my role as Chief Operating Officer.
So you talk about our staff, our employees are a cornerstone. Stroke rehabilitation is also a cornerstone of Mary Free Bed and the way we work with our patients. Why is it important to highlight a program like that at a night like this?
Every one of us knows someone who's been impacted with a stroke. It happens to people of all ages, and Mary Free Bed serves children and adults of all ages that have had stroke, and we are so good at that. The talented physicians, nurses, therapists, psychologists that really help an individual and a family through that time and to help them gain their independence back. That's why we're focusing on them tonight. They do a great job everywhere across our system.
Yeah.
We're so thankful for all that you do. But before we let you go, we want to ask you a couple questions. There's this or that question. So beach vacation or mountain retreat?
Ooh, Mountain retreat with a trout stream or some type of fishing that I can do while we're at it.
I love it. Text or call?
Text or call, probably either. I try to tell my teams that I am available however they need me, but text message is probably most common right now.
And then the last one, sunset or sunrise?
Sunrise or when the fish bite the best. Kind of a one-track mind.
Well, we appreciate you, Bruce, taking the time and your leadership here at Mary Free Bed. We are taking a look here into the ballroom. You are watching live from the Orange Carpet, a special preview show. We've got shots from around the gala. You can see people are getting in there, kind of finding their seats. We're going to get started here in the next few minutes with that. So we're so excited because guests are going to be enjoying their meal, but they're also going to be learning about Mary Free Bed. And they're going to be learning about our stroke program. And one person they're going to be hearing from during tonight's event is they're going to hear from Ariana James. She is a recent stroke graduate from Mary Free Bed. She was part of our inpatient pediatric unit, and she's going to be giving the invocation for tonight. So we're excited to be chatting with her.
And we're going to show a little video to share about her journey so far.
One of the most challenging situation as a parent is a medical crisis for an athlete that is on their path. She's been able to do things that I've never even thought of or dreamed of doing, like the high jump. She just got a rating for basketball to be the top 20 and top 10 in her position in the state. And to even say the word stroke and it not be basketball related.
I woke up and I couldn't talk or walk or get out of bed. I realized that something was wrong.
We had to alter our plans and things have happened. So I think navigating circumstances has been something that we've been able to do.
She always has been very determined. She has been very resilient, you know what I'm saying? But then it's almost like I kind of expect that from her.
I want to get back to basketball and flag. And I think that'll be based on my recovery and take it slow.
I hope that she can get back on the court someday and hopefully just sharing her story with others.
So you recently graduated from Mary Free Bed. How are you doing now?
I'm doing great now. I feel like I'm making a lot of progress still, and I'm seeing things I can do every day. So I'm really excited. Ever since I get home, I've been able to go on.
It's such a tough experience. I can't imagine what you go through. We watched that video showing a little bit of your progress before and then during it, and now seeing you now here. What have you learned from yourself throughout this whole experience?
Well, I think I've learned resilience. I think this experience has taught me how I am outside of basketball, because during this time I've been able to play. So I think I learned a lot about myself, and now I push through everything.
I mean, you're more than just an athlete. You're not just a basketball player, not just a high jumper or a student. You're such a more of a person than that. I mean, you probably learned a lot that way too, right?
Mm-hmm. If you were to give anyone advice going through their own recovery journey, what would you tell them?
I would say keep pushing, right? It's every day you have to take a push, step by step. So I feel like just take baby steps and I'll get through it.
And so before you go, Ari, we're going to ask you some fun this or that questions that play into our theme for Black and White tonight. So do you prefer the original or the sequel?
The sequel.
The sequel, okay. Band or DJ?
DJ.
DJ, okay. Cake or ice cream?
Ice cream.
Ice cream, okay. We would have also accepted both for that one, I think, is a good one too.
Is a good answer.
Yeah. So Ari, thank you so much. Good luck at the invocation up there. We appreciate you chatting with us before we get started. So Ari is just one of our many stroke patients who we've treated here at Mary Free Bed, and it's just been great to chat with her really quick and to step alongside her in a little bit of her journey. I got to meet her when she was an inpatient here at Mary Free Bed, so that's just been really great to do that. So you are watching live from the Orange Carpet. This is a special preview presented by CareLink Medical Equipment and Supply.
A huge thank you to CareLink for sponsoring this live stream.
And so now we're going to chat with the president of CareLink, Derek Damstra. Thank you so much for coming and chatting with us.
Yeah. Hi, Chris. How are you?
Good. Very good.
Good.
How does CareLink work with patients and Mary Free Bed?
Well, so we actually are lucky enough to have an office right in the building. So we are working hands-on with the patients right in the Mary Free Bed building, providing specialized seating and wheelchairs.
And as I've seen you guys come alongside, bringing the wheelchairs up to the rooms, helping them with different kind of equipment. So, and you've got a long-standing relationship with Mary Free Bed. Why support an organization like ours?
Well, I think it's just such a natural partnership. We're both in this for one reason, and that's to help the patients. And so supporting Mary Free Bed is really just the easy thing for us since we're doing the same thing.
We appreciate you and especially this broadcast, just the whole team there at CareLink.
Yeah, thank you.
So you've seen Mary Free Bed grow and evolve. Is there any specific moment that really stood out to you over the years?
Well, I don't know if you've asked this question before, but obviously I think that the Children's Rehab Hospital is probably the biggest thing.
mentioned it. We have not mentioned it in the broadcast yet.
Well, then that's mine. Yeah, that was like an earth-shattering announcement when we heard it. Just bringing that great patient care close to home here in Grand Rapids.
We are super excited in this progress. I think you mentioned it in the last year's broadcast, but it is close. It is happening. They are working across the street, working and all that. So before you go, Derek, and go have fun tonight, we're going to ask you a couple this or that questions.
All right.
So, would you rather be too hot or too cold?
Oh, too cold.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm already hot right now.
How about vacation adventure or a little R&R for a vacation?
Vacation adventure.
Vacation adventure,
Yes.
okay. And last one, rock or rap?
Oh, rap. Yeah.
Okay.
Can country be a choice?
Yeah, we can give that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, well, awesome. Well, we're going to let you go here. Thank you
sounds
so
great.
much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So, you are watching live from the Orange Carpet. We are excited here. Mary Free Bed, we are raising funds for our stroke program. And when they come here to this event, they are learning so much about Mary Free Bed's mission and our history. And so that's a great reason why that we brought in our two co-presidents of the Mary Free Bed Guild. And we're so excited to have you guys here. We've got Mary Beth and Maureen. So thank you guys so much for being a part of the event tonight. And so we're excited to have you here talking about Mary Free Bed. So either one of you can take this answer. But what is the Mary Free Bed Guild, and what has been the driving part of the Guild's mission?
The Mary Free Bed Guild is a group of dedicated women who are passionate about rehabilitation and serving the disabled West Michigan community. And we've been around for over 100 years and are a partner with the hospital to further the mission of restoring hope and freedom.
How do events like this match that mission that you guys have?
Well, one of our main pillars is employee appreciation. So I see this event, especially when we are able to highlight the stroke program, where we really raise up our employees and the caregivers and the staff and what they do for our patients day in and day out. That's what the Guild really focuses on, is appreciating our employees, and what better way than to showcase them among the 1,100 participants here.
Yeah, there's a lot of people here. So what are some other ways that you guys as a Guild are giving back to employees and patients?
Oh gosh, there's 120 of us, and so I think that is, we do so many different activities, and we try and put ourselves in the hospital and support employees and patients as much as we possibly can. We've got Halloween heroes, and we have different employee appreciation events with cider and donuts and cookies and cocoa, and different ways that we just want to show employees that we are there for them and we support them
We're going to spend a
entirely.
whole half hour talking
Oh
about the Guild
gosh,
and
we
what
have
you
so
guys
many
are
different
doing.
things
Yeah.
that we can do for them. Yeah.
Why did you want to get involved in the Guild?
Gosh, the Guild, it's filled with so many passionate, dedicated women, and they are constantly inspiring us, and it's so amazing. I'm in complete awe of the amazing women, and I want to be a part of something bigger.
Yeah.
And Mary Free Bed touches patients and staff and the community, and it's just an amazing organization to be a part of.
Yeah. We're thankful for you both being here, but before we let you go, we got to ask you some fun this or that questions that kind of go with the black and white theme. Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
Okay. Window seat or aisle?
Always window.
Window, okay.
I need to sleep.
Okay, and then pencil or pen?
Pencil.
Pencil, okay. Cookies or cupcakes?
Cookies.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much, our co-presidents of the Mary Free Bed Guild. So thankful for you guys to share about the history and all the work that you guys are doing.
Thank you so much.
Go have fun out there tonight.
Thank you.
We're taking another look in here. You're watching live from the Orange Carpet. This is a special preview of the Thrive Gala that has been benefiting Mary Free Bed. This is the 11th year of this event. And can you believe this, Allie? It has raised over $2.3 million for programs here at Mary Free Bed over these past 11 years.
That's just incredible. So we're getting close to the end of our little show, but before we wrap up, let's hear from our last guest.
Yes, we are so honored here. We've got Wood TV's own Brittany Flowers. She is our MC tonight, talking and helping to lead the show.
So this is your first time emceeing Thrive, but what are you most excited for tonight?
Well, I was really excited just to see everyone dressed up. I've seen a lot of people's incredible outfits. Everyone looks so great. I'm excited to hear just the stories of just resilience and recovery, and just excited to get to know so many people in the community that have supported the work that Mary Free Bed does. So I think it's going to be a great night. The afterglow party, when I saw that, I was like, that sounds like it's going to be fun too. So.
And some of our guests have mentioned like that it's so common, and so many people that are here have had a connection with a stroke. Have you had any personal connection with someone who's had a stroke?
So my first experience with someone who I knew who had a stroke was in 2014. It was my best friend, my lifelong best friend's grandpa. And he was in a really remote area when it happened, and things kind of went into play, and it was 30 hours between the time the stroke happened to him getting to a hospital. And he is doing incredible today. He actually stayed at Mary Free Bed for 5 weeks, and he had to learn how to swallow, walk. He had a brainstem stroke, and so those are incredibly serious, but he is doing great today. And I had another good friend's brother who had a stroke, also stayed at Mary Free Bed, didn't think he would be able to move the left side of his body, and he did, and he's doing great today too. So so many people impacted, it seems like. So
That's amazing. Why do you think it's important for the communities to come together for monthly?
It's just incredible to see people showing their support. I mean, we know how incredible the work that Mary Free Bed does is, and how impactful and far-reaching it is. And seeing all of the people come together to support that work, I think just truly shows how many people this hospital has touched. So,
well, Brittany, we're thankful for you to be here, to be our MC tonight.
I'm
for
excited.
taking a little time before you have to go do your work to come talk to us.
I usually don't get asked the question.
Oh, well, that's good. We're turning the tables on you here.
Yeah.
Before we let you go, question this or that fits our black and white theme.
Okay.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke, all the way.
Yes, that's the correct answer for that too. Netflix or Hulu?
Netflix.
Okay.
Yep.
And then Mac or PC?
Mac.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, good choices there. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Brittany.
Yep.
So, everybody, that has been our show. We are so excited. We are thankful to you guys for watching us here. We are talking about the Mary Free Bed Gala. This is the Thrive Gala. 11 years of this has been going on. And this our little fun broadcast that we had tonight. Allie, did you have fun?
Oh, it was so much fun.
Yes, I had fun too. I feel like I learned something every time we do this, which is great. So this live stream here has been brought to you by CareLink Medical Equipment and Supply. So we're super thankful to Derek and his team for sponsoring this show and getting our little orange carpet that we have here, you can see. So we're actually on an orange carpet tonight, which is a lot of fun. So this Thrive Gala has been around for 11 years, so we're just thankful for our community that's been putting this on and helping to support Mary Free Bed over all that time.
Yes, we're excited to continue to raise awareness for Mary Free Bed and all of the missions that we have. And if you'd like to learn more about Mary Free Bed, you can go to maryfreebed.com/thrive.
So for Chris and for Allie and from all the marketing team here that helped put this on, we're thankful for you for watching. If you missed any of this broadcast, jump back in your feed and start it over again. And hopefully next year we'll have you here in person to come out to Thrive. So thank you everybody for watching. It's been so much fun. And we're going to send you off here and end the broadcast. Thanks for watching and stay well.